I never really considered the possibility of a still camera that can record video, primarily because I was a little bit skittish on the video quality. Understand that I am coming from a camera phone, and especially the audio quality. That was muffled, and I didn't like that one bit. One of my relatives has this, and I managed to get a chance to use it today. This is the Nikon CoolPix 8800. This has pretty much, it's not a full professional camera, but it's not a basic one either. It's right in the middle. It does have the ability to record video, and it has 8 megapixel with 10x optical zoom. Video does record audio, and I managed to take some pictures and work with the video today on this camera. I was very impressed because it sounded like it was right on par with my mini digital video camera that I'm trying to replace. And after having seen that, a lot of this camera's a few years old, and after having seen the more current models, I was thoroughly impressed that they managed to take a lot of the features that this one has and squeeze it down into a smaller package. Particularly Nikon themselves have managed to create a camera that is about yay size. This is a compact digital camera. It's not an ultra compact, but it still fits in your pocket. One of the things that I love about this camera is the hand grip. There on the right hand side, just like the 8800 had. It's basically, I would consider it, with the exception of a plus or minus maybe a few features that I'm overlooking, you know, an 8800 that's pocket sized. This has the same 8.1 megapixel resolution. Zoom is not as great. It's only a 5x, but I still think that's respectable. It does have the ability to do 640 by 480 video, but here is the kicker. It does it in, I think, it does it in Windows Media Format. And I do not have anything on board my Mac that would allow me to convert it to a format that iMovie will understand. And I'm not sure if they have any free apps available to do that or not. Which leads me to another camera that I'm considering, which is this. This is the Casio Exilim Z200. Note the YouTube sticker. That's one of my main draws to this camera. But at the same time, I still want something that shoots good, nice quality stills. This is a 10 megapixel camera with a 3.5x optical, it's either 3.5 or 3x optical zoom. This is a little bit more basic than the Nikon. It records directly to the YouTube video mode. It does allow for about 16 minutes of video recording in the highest quality for an SD card, but for some reason the specifications in the fine print had said that it had to be a Panasonic high-capacity card. Let's see, what was it? Panasonic high-capacity turbo speed or something like that SD card. I was kind of surprised about that and a little disappointed because from what I heard, Panasonic, at least for the 32 gig card, wanted $900. At least that came from a salesman in Circuit City. Don't, you know, if there's a lower price, direct me to it. But if it's $900 for the 32 gig, I'm a little bit nervous about what they want for a 16. Also, this particular camera here, like I said, it's the 8800 in my pocket almost. It one of the things that I've heard that Nikon is really good with is their image quality. You know how everybody says it's a Honda? Well, it seems to be the same thing with Nikon or Canon. Now, I'm a little bit nervous about going with Canon because one of my relatives has a Canon camera that the battery is exhausted in. Now, I'm not saying that's obviously a factor of age, but in the one Canon that I did look at, they said the battery was not very good. Speaking of battery life, this does run on AA batteries, which is a little bit more convenient if you're out in the field. You don't have to worry about a charger or anything. You don't have to worry about whether or not your spare battery pack is charged. This does have the option to go with the battery pack if you want it. At least that's from what I read, it does. But yeah, this particular camera, or this one, and like I said, this one goes straight to the YouTube. The specifications are similar, but I'm a little bit concerned about the image quality in the sense that I've never really known Casio's brand of cameras. I've known Nikon, and I've known Canon, and I've known Kodak. But Kodak does not have anything that tickles my fancy. Essentially, the things are, I want good image quality, good video quality, and by good video quality, I mean something respectable for YouTube. YouTube's going to compress the video anyway, so having a super high definition of video isn't going to matter because it's going to compress it down to 640 by 480. But the image quality, the video quality in terms of respectable for YouTube as well as audio for YouTube. Battery life, which is one of the things I like about the Canon here, the Nikon here, is the fact that it does have the option of running on AA's or a battery pack, so you have your choice. But the other thing is Macintosh compatibility, and that is where the Nikon might fall short if somebody cannot direct me to a freeware application, maybe in the open source, that allows me to take Windows media from the SD card on the Nikon and transfer it to the Mac and put it in a format where iMovie will understand it. So it's basically either this or this. And of course, like I said, the main draw for this one is the YouTube compatibility. Excuse me. But I'm still looking into this, and I am looking at a digital camera in general, because like I said, number one, they have the ability to record video, and you know, with YouTube, no matter how good your video quality is, it's just a given that YouTube's going to compress it anyway. That's number one. Number two, digital camera is cheaper up front, is more compact, is easier to carry around. And since the bulk of the videos that I'm going to be recording will be going up to YouTube, you know, does anybody have any experience with the Casio Exilim Z200 or the Nikon P60? Nikon CoolPix P60, excuse me. If they do and would like to offer their input, I would graciously appreciate that. If anybody wants to direct me to some other brands, I have not taken a look at Panasonic yet, but I'm considering them. I have not taken a look at Samsung yet, but I am considering them. You have heard my credentials. There's a possibility I might still get a full-fledged video camera, but those chances are getting a little bit slimmer now, based on my needs and what I'd like to have, and what I've found out. So that's pretty much it. All input related to the subject matter is welcome. All negative comments will be erased. Thank you for watching. I look forward to your input. Thank you in advance for your help, and have a nice evening.